moved here with no job. I was scared, and at that time, I think my faith was also really big. Like, I knew I was going to be okay. To just hear people talk about how they made tens of millions of dollars in 2 days, like, you don't unhear that. I literally said to myself, and I think I wrote it in my journal as well, like, I will have a job by January 1st, 2023. As scared as I was, I never felt like I made the wrong decision. I really was intentional about training my mind to think positive. I would just sit and, like, picture myself working for days. It was literally like a culture shock. Like, I'm literally, like, sitting in rooms with millionaires on a regular basis.
All right, so we starting the pod. What y'all got to understand?
I didn't think about.
You gonna do a countdown?
No, we're not doing a countdown.
What's my value?
We finna listen. While y'all think about that, let me explain to y'all something. We got a broadcast up here. We got a broadcast.
Not a podcast, but a broadcast.
We got a broadcast. It's people out there watching and listening. We need to make sure that we structure the pod right. The first 30 minutes, right? This is like, you got to think.
The first 30 minutes.
The first 30 minutes. This is the people who clicking on our clips. They seen our clips. They're like, oh, I got to see what they talking about.
Okay.
Then they pop in here. We got to hit them with all the good stuff up front. Then we can get deeper into the lore afterwards. No, they not gonna skip it, bro. You know how I know they not gonna skip it? Because
you have real pod listener. Name nothing.
Yeah, because listen, that's how it go. You just start. They here to join the conversation. They might be doing dishes. They might be driving to work. They here with us.
Look in the camera. Talk to the people.
If they most likely not watching on YouTube. They probably listening to us. Even if it's on the TV,
because we on Apple Podcasts.
We're everywhere.
Okay.
We're everywhere. So you just got to understand it's about a retention thing. If they make it past a certain point, like especially if we want to talk about something crazy, all the stuff that would get us canceled, we could put on the second end of the pod. Because the casual listeners that hate us, they're not gonna get that far. Unless they really hate. Yeah, unless they really hate, they're not gonna get to hour and 3 minutes where we start talking about crazy stuff.
All right.
So, anyway, welcome to the Creators Clubhouse podcast. I am your host, Jay Scribe. To the left of me, we got Armani. We're going to have some sound effects in this episode. Yeah. To the right of me, we got K.
Is this one?
K Money.
Am I looking at this one or that one?
You can't be K Money and he Armani.
But it just sound like it go to me. Like,
J,
you know.
K and A.
You introduce yourself, do you be like Armani and then boom, K Money?
J Money.
That's how they used to come
J Money, Armani, K Money.
That's how they used to come up with rap names back in your day.
Yeah.
I
mean, okay, hold on now.
Okay. Disclaimer, Jay's
Hold on now.
First of all, I'm not a YN.
I'm in Big Bro. We're just going to leave it right there.
They try to categorize me as a YN because I was born in 2002. I'm a 22-year-old young man. Young, respectful, enterprising.
Oh, yeah, you're a great guy. Just
God-fearing.
2002.
Yeah,
okay, let me clarify. That's not why I categorize him as a
That's
YN.
not why anybody categorized me. Age alone can't be why you're YN.
Exactly. So then you know that there's other factors that have categorized you as a YN.
Okay,
you know what they are.
Give me some examples of.
You know what they are.
Exposed,
you want me to put your business out there?
You want us to put the business out.
Your relations with women.
Whoa. Hold on. My future wife might be watching this here
sorry.
broadcast.
See, I didn't want to.
No, I'm playing. Go ahead. I mean, there's nothing
also,
about my.
your other conversations might be watching this.
Listen. Yo, that's crazy. Listen, you got to understand that I'm not like when you say my relations with women, it sound like I'm a hoe.
Okay, no.
And that's not the case.
Maybe not, no.
I used to be the auntie slayer. I retired from slaying.
YN. My point has been proven. I have nothing else to say on the topic.
Auntie slayer.
Okay, let's finish. We got to finish our clip. What other factors lead to somebody being a YN and not just a young man?
The way you act, the way you carry yourself.
Like what?
And not saying that you just, because I've met you're a respectable,
he's a good guy.
Respectable young man. But when he pulled them rap videos up, I'd be like, YN.
The videos of me rapping?
Yes.
Why?
Whoever's editing this, cut to J Scribe music video real quick.
I'm in the queue trying to run up a million cologne with the hair when I hop out the feet. Most of the moves that we making is size.
He said it.
And we're back. Okay, guys, in the comments. YN, yes or no?
You got to understand, I be talking
Reformed YN.
No.
I be talking about positivity in the music, though.
Okay, maybe, but If I watch your
talking
video on
positivity in
mute,
this video.
I look in the mirror, I'm seeing a great. She look at her BD and see a mistake. She texted, I miss you. I texted her back, take care. I gotta stop listening to Drake.
And we're back. So was that positive?
Everything I say is positive, yo.
okay.
Auntie Slayer though.
Auntie Slayer.
But that was back.
That should be like a, the little DJ, they little.
I don't think you should be Jay Scribe. I think you should be the Auntie Slayer.
I've retired from slaying aunties. Let me tell y'all, since
You
we
retired at 22?
Since we are on,
When did you start? You just became legal. What do you mean?
listen.
What are we talking about?
Since we are on this such a large broadcast, my future wife may be watching, and I need you to understand.
He's a good man, Savannah.
I'm a good man.
Exactly.
Like all I really do is work.
Yeah.
he be
I can
here.
attest to
Yeah,
that.
yeah, that boy be working.
I'll be the first one here and the
He
last
got
one
all
to
this
leave.
together. I mean, we here
This
with
is
it,
true.
but you kind of originated the idea, so
Yeah.
give you your flowers.
I'm trying to look, future wife. I'm trying to build so that we straight. You feel me? Us and our children and all that.
They're gonna skip all this anyway.
They not gonna skip it, bro, and they gonna comment about it. Yeah, y'all comment in the comments. Tell Armani stop trying to cut conversation short.
Comment why
y'all listening.
and how old do y'all think he is?
I said my age.
Yeah, I think we did that already.
All right, now since we went over the YNs, let's talk about what makes somebody old. If I had the board in front of me, I would mute y'all's mics right now. If you was born in the 1900s, if you were alive during multiple centuries, if your life overlapped
We overlapped.
with figures such as Rosa Parks, I don't know when Rosa
Okay, Chris, don't play with us.
Anyway,
Okay, no funny. Rosa Parks was alive when we was alive. But
She's still alive.
she is?
is she?
I thought she passed away.
I wonder
like
what
a
type,
few
no,
I
years
wonder what
ago.
type of car she got.
Buick.
That is so.
Don't
that is
disrespect.
so crazy.
Do not disrespect Rosa Parks.
Yo, Rosa Parks,
No
100%.
disrespect will be tolerated.
She passed in 2005, yo.
She-
I'm thinking she's still alive.
Why would you think that?
Rosa Parks would have a Buick for sure.
Rosa Parks had more money than you.
I'm sure she did.
All right, then hush.
I'm sure she had that motor.
Buicks are sturdy, reliable American cars.
Okay, Patriot.
What?
The most reliable, sturdy American cars I know is Hellcats and Scat Packs.
Reliable?
YN.
I don't know about that. See, why in behavior? Going after the Hellcats and Scat Packs. You didn't say the V6 engine. You didn't say the RT.
Nobody
That's what
wants a V6.
YNs go scat and Hellcat. No
Anyway.
YN has a basic charger.
Did y'all know that car channels are some of the most highest paying channels on YouTube?
I used to watch this dude. His name was Tall Guy Car Reviews. I don't know if you ever watched him. He was like 6'7" basketball player. Would just review cars like in the normal way. He had
Could
Vipers.
he fit in them? Nigga was 6'7".
Sometimes. I don't know if y'all seen the Buick commercials with Shaq trying to fit.
That's what I imagined. as
Okay,
soon as
we're
you
done.
said-
We're done talking about
Okay.
Buick, bro. They not sponsoring nothing around here, but Dodge. If you're watching, talk to me. Come on now.
Okay.
All right. Today
Okay.
is a special episode because we're actually interviewing one of our own. K, clap it up, clap it up, clap it up, clap it up. It's a lot of the lore that I want to get into that I won't, out of respect for her. On
A
this
lot of
broadcast. A lot of the lore. A
The
lot
lo-
of the-
oh, the lower. How they say?
Yeah.
Okay.
But we're not
Go
gonna
to the
get
lower,
it.
and you
We're
don't
not
want to.
gonna-
It's like what?
We're not gonna get into all that because of not on this episode. You feel me?
I appreciate it.
So, if you don't know, we all work at the Creators Clubhouse with owner David Shands. David Shands is a business coach and podcaster. He is
Podcast
also
king.
the podcast king. That sounds like glazing.
It's in the title.
Yeah. I might edit that out.
What? Wait, I think I missed it. What?
It's okay.
In his name on Instagram it says Podcast Kings. I was just getting
how
the
you-
correct title.
That's how you greet him in the morning. Good morning, King. Yo, this nigga Aristotle Investments said we can't talk about this on our podcast.
Yeah.
Yo, editor,
It's okay.
edit this out.
All right, editor. Cut it out. Trying to keep our jobs. Okay.
Anyway, we are interviewing one of our own, Miss K. And we work at the Creators Clubhouse with David Shands, podcaster, owner of Creators Clubhouse, creator of the Podcast Summit. And we basically do all the behind the scenes stuff for his multi-7-figure empire, and that's why we are here. So you're the executive assistant. I ain't gonna lie. I'm trying to decide.
I feel like I know where he's about to go.
Where?
Okay, so first of all, Kay said she's not the personal assistant. She's the executive assistant. It's different.
For sure. Because you do a lot.
Yeah, I do.
I'm just trying to decide
where he's going right now.
Whether I want to get us canceled this early in our career.
Keep it cute, please. But I'm
just trying to keep my job, Jay.
I'm also with the ish.
Oh.
Wait, is this like you trying to get me fired, or
no,
this is more personal?
No, nothing. I'm just like, I feel like you bring that womanly touch to all of what happens around here.
In other words, I clean up behind them because they don't know how to clean up behind themselves.
Whoa,
Okay,
that is not what I just.
Outside of today, outside of today, when
that's not what I
outside of today.
Yeah, you clean today, but
I clean Thursday. I clean all day Thursday too.
See, me, I respect women, and I would never put women in the box of cleaning up. That's not what I was talking about. I'm not in
the box. I do a lot of things.
You implied
but
that I was
also
talking
clean
about.
up behind y'all.
All y'all that was emailing podcast summit, this who y'all was talking to. All the emails, you had a question, this who got it.
Okay, I wasn't the only one answering emails. Now, hold on now.
The main one.
Oh, my storage full.
But you be organizing things. You know, you bring a certain level of structure and composure to things. Mm-hmm. When we all get to, you know how guys, we get around, we start having ideas and be ready to just jump off the ledge. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You talk us off the ledge a little bit. Make sure everything calm. You know, we make sure we thinking through things. That's what I'm saying, yo. That's all. I wasn't saying nothing about no cleaning, but you are cooking for me this week, and I appreciate
that. On camera.
Dap me up, yo. Dap me up, yo. I appreciate that.
Did the world need to know that?
I can't show my appreciation.
They don't know when this is gonna drop because we might add a clip in of the actual food.
Come with me to cook for my begging ass homeboy.
When I say cook, she cook.
Oh my God.
Catch a place out the way. That's my time. I'm trying to fuck.
Let's just be clear. I'm not cooking for Jay. I'm cooking, and I'm gonna feed the child because he here by himself.
Because friends can cook for work associates can cook for work associates, right?
Are we work associates or are we friends?
We friends.
You've been here like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
There you go. Made a friend.
Listen.
I'm like the older sister.
Y'all, I wish I had my own camera angle so I could really get down to business. I might zoom in.
Bro, we could have had.
Listen.
Okay, come on.
She say she not cooking for me. She told me she could cook. She said she could cook anything. She asked me what I wanted her to cook. I told her what I wanted her to cook, and she's cooking it.
Men be giving half stories, and it be sounding some type of way. You feel me? Can we give them context on me telling you I can cook?
Yeah, we was going through. Listen, go to my YouTube right now, Jay Scribe. You're going to see a video of us doing our content consultation. If you don't know where to start with content, you come holla at me. Look at that video. I got her all the way together. We got content pillars. We got first month of content. We got everything she needs to understand her brand and be able to go in a way that is sustainable. So in the context of figuring out what she can make content about, I asked her about cooking because me personally, I'm gonna start doing a little bit of sprinkling, a little bit of cooking videos here and there. Mm-hmm. That's how it came up.
We can start doing cooking videos now.
But then I asked her what could she cook. She said anything.
Okay.
Thank you.
And then I said cook for me. We turn into content. What did I put on that board? They gonna watch the video. What did I put on the board?
Just because you wrote it.
So in this situation, are you responsible for the groceries? I think so.
Yeah.
The whole point of me cooking is to get content.
Okay.
Period.
Not for it to be good.
First of all, see,
because I'm gonna give my review in the video. Honest, unfiltered,
you gotta
100% review.
Podcast it right as you're eating.
I feel attacked.
Why?
I think
was that shade?
No, that wasn't shade.
We need clips.
It was shade.
We need
I said
clips.
the point of me cooking was for content. He's talking about not for it to be good. It's gonna be good.
We need clips.
But regardless, just let me know in the comments: is she just cooking, or is she cooking for me?
I'm feeding the homeless. Come on.
Appreciate you, Twin.
I'm homeless.
All right. So, how long have you been working here at the Creators Clubhouse?
I have been working here for 3 years. 3
Dang.
years. I started January of 2.5. I started January of 2023.
All right. And so, what were you doing before that?
Before this, I lived in Florida, and I worked at a hospital, at Cleveland Clinic Hospital, and I was an administrative assistant for my department.
So during the time, obviously, there's some type of gap between Florida and Atlanta. How did that happen?
It wasn't a huge gap. So I was at a point in my life where, I just wanted different. Like, I just wanted to be in a different environment. I felt like my environment wasn't really fostering growth. So I decided I was going to move to Georgia. Me and my ex had broke up. The lease was over. Once we re-signed the lease without my name on it, I was like, okay, I'm free to go.
She was like, yeah, I'm sick of this nigga. Get me out of here.
I'm going to Atlanta.
Any city but here. Take me to where the ball players is at. That's what I imagine your thought process was.
Anyways, so I had also always wanted to like live somewhere else. Like, I never wanted to be one of those people who was just stuck in a city. Never experienced life outside of like what they call home. So I figured, like, what a perfect time then to move to Atlanta. I had 2 friends here, so I wasn't going to be completely alone. I have a cousin like an hour out in McDonough. So I was like, all right, cool. So I moved here November of 2022. So pretty much the end of 2022.
Back home, who was there? Was that like your whole family or like?
Yes. So pretty much my entire like maternal family's was there. My mom and my 2 brothers, though, had actually moved already. So over the years, they had like gradually moved to North Florida. So really, I was just there with like my cousins, my close aunts and uncles, but the bulk of the family was there. And then my biological father also lived there as well.
All right. So during this process, like, obviously it's not as simple as I want to go to another city. I'm going to just go. Mm-hmm. What was the thought process? Like, were you scared? Did you have a plan? Like, what was going through your head?
It kind of was as simple as I just want to go. But also, too, obviously, you got to have the finances to support that. So, luckily, I had savings. I think I had about $5,000 saved, maybe like 4. I don't know. But I went online, found an apartment, got approved. And then I put my notice in with my job. I think I gave them like a 30-day notice.
Wait, you moved here before you started working with David?
Yes.
No job.
I thought he was like you, and you're like, I'm coming here for you.
I moved here with no job. Just a
that
dollar.
That might be the title of the video.
Yeah. So, but were you scared though? Like, what was your thought process?
Of course I was scared. I was very scared. I was scared, and at the same time, I think my faith was also really big. Like, I knew I was going to be okay.
That's what I'm talking about.
Here we go.
I knew I was going to be okay, but of course I was still scared. Like, I'm moving to a city with like no family there. I don't have a job. Like, I have enough to get me through a few months, but like after that, then what? If I don't find a job, so.
And you was on Instagram or you was on LinkedIn or?
I was everywhere.
You knew somebody that knew David, or how did like? What was that?
So
wait. Before we get there, during this time leading up to like getting a job and all that, like what were you thinking and what were you doing, like in those first couple months?
First couple of months, I was applying like crazy. I was really trying to get into tech because that was like the thing since the pandemic. Like, everyone's trying to get into tech. Like, people in tech are making money. So I was really trying to break through and get into tech. But I was also applying to a lot of like hospital jobs as well because I just came from a hospital setting. So I figured it would be easy to get something there if, tech never worked out. And then in the meantime, I was just settling in to my apartment. I had no furniture, sleeping on an air mattress. And I was also, too, going back home as well.
But how?
I had money.
Well, you was driving? You was flying?
Oh, no, I was flying. Once I drove here, I was like, I'm never driving back. It's like a 9-hour drive.
Okay, I got a couple questions because, one, the average American can't afford a $500 emergency without going into debt. So, like, the fact that you had a savings that you could live off of and still move and groove, go back home and stuff, like, that's big. What was your mindset like? Did you have like an understanding of like financial literacy? business? Like, where was you at mentally?
I think I had an understanding of the basics when it came to financial literacy. Like the last maybe like 3 years before I moved here, I was very like adamant about saving. So I worked very hard and was very intentional about saving money. I have fallen off lately, I ain't gonna lie, but yeah. So, and then on top of that, I still had people that I'll say, they cared for me. They wanted to make sure I was straight. So like my dad was still alive at the time. So if I called my dad like, hey, I need money for groceries, like, he would have did what he could to send me something. So yeah, I had support as well.
Okay. So what are you thinking as you're applying for jobs? Were you getting callbacks? Were you getting interviews? Like, they wouldn't even call you back.
I did not get one single call back from any of the applications I put in. Damn. I was starting to like really get scared. Yes, it was a real mental thing to just stay the course.
All right, so tell me about like what are your thoughts, right? When you're going through something like that, you're thinking something. What are these thoughts? Were you thinking like maybe I made the wrong decision? I don't know if what? How were you thinking? The good and the bad.
You know what's crazy though? As scared as I was, I never felt like I made the wrong decision. Like, I never felt like I made the wrong decision. And then again, like I said, my faith was really big at the time. So, like, I knew I was going to get a job. I knew it. I literally said to myself, and I think I wrote it in my journal as well, like, I will have a job by January 1st, 2023.
There we go.
So, I'm looking at the stats right now. It takes the average person up to 200 applications to get a job offer.
That sounds about right.
That's
about right.
Yeah, that's
200 organizing your resume, filling the question. You know the questions that they always have. Are you black? Are you Hispanic? Like all those questions, you have to keep doing that every time.
Then don't let it be one of them jobs that got a quiz on top of that. If you at work and Susan get to beefing with Kay, and Kay start crying, how would you handle this situation?
But everybody lies on those anyway. So like I'm gonna tell you what you want to hear.
Not me. I'll be honest.
Yes, y'all do.
I be telling. Actually, I don't apply for jobs.
Like, excuse us.
No, I'm just saying like I don't
work a job. I am a job.
Nah, you didn't apply for this one.
I sent a DM.
It's an application.
And you had one phone call, got hired on the spot. But that's a story for another time.
Oh.
As everything is leading up to this, you are traveling back home and stuff like that. The last time you traveled home, what time frame was this, and how long had you been in Atlanta?
So the last time I went back home was probably mid-December. So I had been in Atlanta for maybe like 3 weeks, maybe 2-3 weeks. Traveled back home mid-December. My dogs, they had just had a litter of puppies, so went back home, helped my ex out with whelping the puppies or whatever. And then me, my aunt, and my cousin drove up to North Florida to spend Christmas at my mom's house. So, yeah.
All right. So now what's happening? Because I feel like I would assume the family going to be like, oh, yo, she out there tripping.
She out in Atlanta.
She ain't got no job. She over here talking about these dogs and all this stuff, taking flights. What do you have any like pushback from family and friends?
I had no pushback from family and friends, and I love my family to death, but they can't give me no pushback. Like,
I do what I want.
Not that I do what I want, just that how can I say it? I'm one of the nieces in the family who at least got a little bit of their stuff together.
Okay.
So,
okay, I understand that.
But
they don't question me.
But crazy enough, so when I was back home chilling at my old place, helping with the litter of puppies and stuff, that's when I saw the post on Instagram that they were looking for an assistant for David. Okay. And at that time, me and my ex knew who David was. We were familiar with the Social Proof podcast. We had watched it before, and I showed him the post, and I was like, look, like they looking for an assistant for David Chance. Like, you think I should apply? And he was like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna apply. Like, because at that point, again, my faith is big. Like, I'm like, you feel me? What do I have to lose? Like, if they say no, okay, cool. I'll keep looking for a job like I've been doing. We finna see. So, I had applied for it right before we had went up to my mom's house for Christmas. So I actually had my first interview when I was at my mom's house when we were like, it was like Christmas Eve. We were prepping the food, and I had to go in the room and do an interview with Donnie.
So Donnie interviewed you.
Mm-hmm. Donnie interviewed.
So
technically, Donnie hired me for David, but technically she hired me.
She could, yeah, I could see like, hey, this is who I want. Gotcha.
So it's a piece of this that you haven't talked about yet. You talked about how your faith was big and all that, but you knew you was gonna get a job. Tell us about how you was feeling.
About the mindset of knowing I was gonna get a job.
Yeah.
What can I really say about it? I really had to I really was intentional about training my mind to think positive. Like right before I moved, I was watching a lot of, are you guys familiar with Bob Proctor?
Yeah.
So I was watching a lot of Bob Proctor, like.
Is he a motivational speaker?
No. So he's
I'll be forgetting you
sorry,
not from
Bob.
your space.
I'm sorry, Bob.
how can I don't
Bob
know, how
ain't
can
gonna
you
be
describe
bothered.
it, Jay? So he's like
Y'all can't let me stop.
one of those people. He has his Proctor Gallagher Institute, and they basically
I don't know what you're talking about.
back in the day did a lot
Gallagher.
of like seminars about the subconscious mind versus the conscious mind, and kind of like being mindful of what you're intaking, because it goes to your subconscious and it affects how you think, and how you think affects how you
okay.
act. And
Gotcha.
a lot of like, it's kind of similar to manifesting in a way.
Yeah, sort of. He's technically considered.
Oh, the power of
motivational.
positive thinking.
Yeah, he died on February 3rd, 2022.
Yeah, I was
R.I.P.
sad
to
that
Bob.
day.
But yeah, I think that this is an important piece that people got to understand. Is like, I always tell people the first step of doing anything major is training your mind to understand that anything's possible.
For sure.
Because you literally you will automatically cut yourself off from possibilities just because mentally you don't understand that it's possible. So it's like, I always use the same example. When you was driving here today, how many red cars did you see?
I can't remember. Probably at least 5.
But if I told you when you leave on the way home, I'll give you $100 for every red car you'll see, you're going to see every red car on the world, on the road. You're going to start to see something that's brown, that's red, count it. You're going to start to look for it. It's the same thing with opportunity and with just anything you're looking for in life. If you're looking for something, you're looking for opportunity, you're looking for money, you're looking for whatever, you're going to find it. You're going to find something that's not it and still make it just because that's what you're looking for. And so I feel like once you train your mind to understand like anything is possible, and then understand that anything is possible for me, that's a huge piece of it. Because a lot of people are walking around and even if they feel like anything is possible, they still kind of understand it as like, yeah, but that's for them. Anything's possible for that person. There's something special about them, or something special about that group. I just don't have whatever. When you start to understand that the only thing that makes you special is waking up every day and choosing to be whatever it is that you want. Like I wake up every day choosing to be great.
Here we go.
I wake up every day choosing like I'm going to build something of substance, and there's nothing that is going to stop me from that. And I think that understanding that and moving like that and looking for opportunity and looking for all the positive things, it shifts your life drastically. So
For sure.
now you're having this first interview, and what happened after that?
So I had my first interview, and again, I was using that same like mindset that, Bob Proctor was teaching. I just kind of went into it like, yeah, I got this job. Like, this is my job. Like,
We're here just talking about the specifics of my job.
and like, even like if I was just listening to music, I would just sit and like picture myself working for Dave. And what does that look like? Never even meeting him. So obviously it's probably not accurate, but just like putting myself on the same, I guess you say, wavelength of like, I already got the job. So I did an interview with her, and then I think I did a phone interview first on Christmas Eve, and then I think we did a Zoom interview. I don't know if it was Christmas Day. I think it was Christmas Day or either the day after Christmas. But
Christmas
for most
Eve
people,
in general is like,
yeah,
hey,
most people
man.
would not be okay with that, because it's like, oh, it's Christmas, it's the holiday. But you guys know Dave, he don't celebrate those holidays anyways. So I think I did a Zoom interview with her, and I think David was on the Zoom, but he wasn't saying anything. And then,
Just sitting there, just.
and then, at some point during the Christmas holiday, she let me know that the position was mine if I wanted it, and sent me an offer letter and everything. And yeah,
How did you feel?
I felt happy. I felt excited. Like, I'm about to work for David Shands. Because, you know, you see the podcast and you see him on YouTube and stuff. And so I was excited. I was happy. And I had got a job. So, I mean, you can't beat that.
There you go.
Yeah, for sure. So then you start this role. What was that like? Was it like a culture shock getting around like this stuff? Because for me, like, obviously I was already working with like YouTubers and TikTokers and stuff like that. But I also saw them very differently than I saw people in the business space. Because for them, it's like, yeah, whatever. But in the business space, that was like it's more like people I look up to.
Mm-hmm.
Like somebody could be lit on TikTok and YouTube and it's like, yo, that's fire. But it wasn't like, yo, I'm trying to be like that. With people like Dave, it was like, it's people that I watched like, okay, cool, I'm trying to be like that. And then you start walking in these rooms where it's a bunch of those people. Mm-hmm. Like you go to Podcast Summit and everybody you was ever watching is right there in front of you.
Yeah. And
you filming them and all. Like it's been a culture shock for me. It has drastically changed the way I saw everything. So like when you first got in them rooms, I'm not even like a starstruck type of person. And I wouldn't even say that I've been starstruck about anybody because there's nobody content I consumed more than Dave's anyway. Yeah. But it was just kind of like, yo, this is like dope. This is crazy. Like I'm in this room. Like, how did it feel for you?
It felt that exact same way. Like when it's one thing to like watch it on TV, but it's another thing to like be in the room while the conversation's being had. And to just hear stuff that's like, you know, they say like when you hear something, you can't unhear it. To just hear people talk about how they made tens of millions of dollars in 2 days, like you don't unhear that. Now I can't say that, you know, over the years I think I've gotten kind of like
desensitized.
Yes. So I'm trying to get back, you know, in a different mindset. But when I first started here, it was literally like a culture shock. Like I'm literally like sitting in rooms with millionaires like on a regular basis. It was fun too. It was exciting. And also Dave's the type of person that he's like, what do you want to do? He's like, how can I help you accomplish what you want to do? So it's not just about working for him and just being comfortable working for him. Like he wants us to build our own stuff as well.
No, for sure. And I think that like for me, it's important that like I try to bring a certain energy with me so that like I can add a little more. Mm-hmm. You know, I try to put that fire under y'all to like just think a little bigger. Like we was talking about the Hawks.
He texted us yesterday. He was like, "We recording tomorrow?"
Yeah, like because for me, it's like, bro, this is all I think about. Like I'm mentally off. Like you got to be a little off in the head,
a little delusional.
Yeah, like this is all I do.
Big. Second, third day here, we trying to get rich.
Yeah, like
30K, like
we mapping out everything because it takes intentionality. Yeah. People end up in places in life because they're not intentional and they don't understand like what they're leading to. And I feel like people take too long to think about how would I feel if my life was in this place 10 years from now, 15 years from now. Like I told somebody, like, look, at the route that you're going, you are headed to 30 years from now looking up and your life is in a slightly better place. Is that what you want for yourself? And I feel like a lot of people not thinking about it. And this is in the space of like when we're working with people who are business owners and stuff like that, people always hear things like that and equate it to money. I'm not even talking about money. I'm just talking about like, all right, cool. Like even for me, it's understanding, okay, I'm working a lot, 15, 16, 17 hour days. This can't be how I operate because I'm not going to want to wake up 30 years from now, super rich, no friends and family, no people that I'm building meaningful relationships with. And so it's just being mindful and understanding like, what are you doing today and what is that leading to? Because everything is leading to something. And just taking that time to really sit with yourself to understand, okay, what is this leading to? And am I okay with that?
Yeah.
that's important, and that's a piece that a lot of people are missing. So when I pull up and we talking about whatever, I try to read between the lines of like, I might hear you say something and I'm like, nah, I feel like you want something more. Like everybody don't got that personality of like, they a lot of times will set the goal as what we would be like, oh, that would be nice to accomplish.
Yeah.
But if we really sit down of like, what do we want? If somebody told like, here, I'm ready to give it to you. What do you want? They're not even thinking about that. Mm-hmm. I'll give you the perfect example. We're at the gym. It's me, Dave, and Neo Davis. Mm-hmm. We at the gym and Neo's like, yo, I need a stream. And he sees a dude in there with a little stabilizer getting phone content. And he's like, yo, my man, like, I want to hire you. Like, I need a cameraman. And he was like, yeah, you know, if you ever on this side of town, just let me know. I'm like, yo, he's missing it. He don't realize he talking to somebody who's like, he will take you off of your full-time job to be his cameraman. Like, you probably doing DoorDash and Uber. He's telling you right now, like,
yeah, bro, you know, next week you're available. I get what I feel like Neo was saying.
He was saying,
record me right now.
Yeah, he was saying, come on, like, what you doing?
Yeah.
But it's like people don't see that.
Yeah.
And so it's like you just got to be. It take a little bit more fire. And so I try to, like, I'm pretty sure I've told. Well, I know I told you before. Like, I try to do everything I can to put the fire under y'all, because it's gonna come a time at some point where my faith is running low, and I'm not as driven as I am.
You.
Yeah, and I'm gonna need that. And so it's like I'm for the most part I be on 10, and so I need to be around people who will recognize, okay, he falling off, because I have a habit of losing the plot. I ain't gonna lie, I be losing the plot, right? I be getting distracted. And I be taking side missions, and the side missions been lasting too long. Like, I need to stay focused, and so I try to get around people who, like, I know I'm gonna be so on y'all about our stuff that if I start slipping, it's like, oh yeah, I can't wait to get him back. This nigga been talking to me.
I'm gonna get him.
Yeah, like I can't wait to catch this nigga not doing what he said he was gonna do or shoot for. And it's like that's the type of energy I like. So yeah, going into that, right? You in these rooms, and now you working. Like, what were you learning in that first year? What was new? What was different? What was the difficulties?
Oh my gosh, my memory. Hold on now. What was I learning? Like, what was I learning from them, or what was I learning in my role? In
general, because you might learn more about yourself just from being in different rooms, and you might be learning from them, from whoever, different events.
Yeah. Crazy enough, one of the things I learned, which I have fallen off completely from, was, you kind of spoke about it earlier, like, when you see these people on podcasts and you see them on social media and you know they make a certain amount of money and they have this certain level of success, you think that, or at least for me, I guess, let me speak for myself, that there's something special about them, that's the reason they are where they are. And so even though I was in the rooms and I was hearing the conversations, and a lot of them, not even just Dave, but a lot of them was encouraging me as well, that like, you can do this too. You can have this too. It wasn't like, I'm hearing it, but it's not really.
Like, what's the steps? Like, what do you do?
It's I'm still feeling like, you know, not me.
Yeah.
Like I'm not something
important. One
special.
Of his, sometimes he was like, the importance of coaching is like, you can't try to make 100,000 by asking somebody that's never made 100,000. You need someone kind of there. So I think that's good. Like you were saying, they're even encouraging you, like, hey, we can show you what we know how to do. Versus you ask like a regular friend or family member that don't know that level. It's like, how is that really gonna help?
Hey, you know, a weird perspective that I have, right? You think about people who have influence in such negative ways, like people who are like cult leaders, or like Hitler, or like anybody who had. It's like, bro, do you know how crazy you have to be mentally to just think like, oh yeah, all these people are going. I have this mission, and all of these people are gonna do it. Y'all gonna help me carry out this mission. You know how crazy you gotta be
on paid staff.
Gotta be a level of delusion.
You gotta have a level of delusion, but it's like it brings you to this conversation of, okay, what comes first, the chicken or the egg? Is it that people are following you because you're delusional, or is it that most people don't think it's possible, so they don't even try? Like, back to the whole Hawks thing. You was working over there with the Hawks. I asked you, hey, can you get us media passes? You said, nah. I said, have you ever asked?
I was like, it wasn't our departments. I never thought of asking.
Never thought of asking. You just got to know to ask. Because that's one thing about it, bruh. They say no, now what? You in the same situation you in before. Now, let me just say, no is not the worst they can say. Folks can get mad at you and blackball you. It's a lot of ways that it could go wrong. But in general, you ask, hey, can I get a media pass? Can I shoot a game? I got this camera.
It worked like every game, so that was tough.
Yeah, but now it's like you don't.
Hey.
So my thing is like, bro, you just gotta open up your mind. You gotta. Sometimes you really have to sit and just fantasize. Yeah. Okay, what would be the best case scenario for me right now? I'm thinking, bro, I'm in Albuquerque, like, bro, I gotta get to Atlanta. I'm running through my opportunities of what can happen. I'm like, okay, boom, I could go to school. All I need is one class I can get in the dorms. And if I get in the dorms, as long as I'm out there for 6 months, I can make something shake. I'm thinking like, okay, Atlanta United, they got a little job opening. I could get a job at Atlanta United. I see Dave post. And then you literally start to fantasize like, oh, boom. Okay, what if he hired me? What if I'm over there shooting the social? Sometimes you just got to sit with yourself and let your mind go as far as you can let it go.
Yeah.
To just see what that feel like.
Foresaw kind of coming here.
Yeah, I knew it was gonna happen, and I knew when I got here,
I never knew this
it was gonna be on and popping. And now it's even more so. Like I'm in the rooms, I'm learning. Okay, bet. That's all I needed. I'm shooting the behind the scene. Cool. That's all I needed, bro. I'm sitting with Dave, bro. We had lunch before you pulled up, and the other girl, I forgot her name.
At the cafe place?
Yeah.
Okay.
Before he pulled up, Dave was like, man, I don't know. I got to put together a product. What do you think people need? So I'm listing stuff off. Oh, if they're trying to create content, they need to know how to clip. They need to know thumbnails. You know, maybe you could partner with a graphic designer, get them some thumbnail, some Canva templates for thumbnails. They need to know this. We're just listing things off. He gets on stage and sells it for $2,500 a person. We was just at lunch listing things off hours before he got on stage. That changes you. That changes the way you see things.
Yeah, I was a little changed when there was an event here, and
you started to put the numbers together.
I was like, hold on, dog.
Well, I'm telling you, it's like you start to realize, okay, what if that happened for me? Just sit there. If you can't listen, if you watching this and you can't imagine it for yourself, take somebody else's situation that you enjoy and just start fantasizing about, what if that happened to me? How would I feel? What if I went to the NBA? What if I was getting drafted?
1,100 people come to my event.
What if they come into my event? What if they booking me? What if they listening to my podcast? What if they buying my oil at my oil change spot? What if they buying my weave at my hair store? Just start to think, how would I feel?
They looking at my Lambo when I drive by.
Exactly. Just start to let your mind wander. And then you're gonna start to realize it's a lot of stuff that you're not even trying to shoot at. It's a lot of stuff you're not even thinking about trying to do. Just try it. Hey, if I had any advice for anybody for a year, just blindly believe it can happen to you too and move like it. That's the thing about belief. Belief comes with action. Because if I throw something at you and you believe it's about to hit you, you're going to put your hands up, you're going to try to catch it, you're going to try to move out the way, because belief leads to action. Okay. Start believing it for a year blindly. I'm telling you, your life going to be different. It's going to be way different. And then next thing you know, you're going to be like, dang, I didn't know I never would have thought I could be here.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And you have to make a choice to be intentional about that too, because your mind is always going to be kind of like battling itself from you trying to think like that, which is going to be like a new way of thinking for you versus your old way of thinking. Like, even for me, like, you know, I had to like train my mind to think like that when I first came here, from just like knowing I was going to get a job and thinking about what that looks like, how that feels, and then applying for a job with David and thinking about what that looks like, how that feels, like how's it going to feel to work with David, and essentially like manifesting it and bringing it to life. But even throughout the years now, like I still have slipped back into, you know, my old way of thinking, because you're constantly trying to like fight the old way of thinking. So you have to make a choice to be super intentional about it, because it's gonna take work, but it's worth it. So that's why even with you coming on the team, like I told you, like, all right, I'm just going with it, because it's like, all right, what if it, you He's a little delusional, but like, what if it really works? Like, that's just where I'm at. I have nothing else to lose. You know what I'm saying? I've been on a team for almost 3 years now. Like, I've had multiple opportunities to do something, have David back me. Like, how many people want to work with David? And you feel me? I have him and a few of his friends, like, phone numbers, like, literally at my fingertips. And, like, I've technically done nothing. So to have you come on the team and be like, oh, bet, within like 2 weeks, his first podcast summit, this is my third podcast summit. His first podcast summit, he's like, we gonna start a podcast.
Yeah.
But it just takes a level of like training yourself mentally to get there. And you just got to make a choice to be intentional about it.
I'm going to ask you this question and then I'm going to answer it for myself, but think about what your answer is going to be. What do you think it looks like to train your mind? For me, in my situation, it was understanding that you are a result of your environment, but it clicked for me young enough that I realized my environment wasn't just the people I'm around. My environment was the content I was consuming, the things I was watching, the stuff I was reading. And so I just started, listening to different YouTubers and podcasts and stuff like that started to shape my mind. The next thing I had to do was stop asking people what they thought. Because bruh, folks be asking people for advice that have no idea what it takes. They've never seen it. They've never experienced it. I have goals that are so big, like even with the rooms we're walking into now, these folks haven't seen what I'm trying to do. So it wouldn't even make sense for me to go ask them, hey, what do you think about da 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 da? And if they don't get it, like we can get discouraged by somebody else saying like, nah, you need to focus on something else or that's never going to work or whatever. But you got to understand, sometimes you got to tune them out. Sometimes you got to stop asking mom what her opinion is, because you love mom, but mom don't know. She ain't never seen it. She ain't never seen nothing like that happen, so she can't give you that advice. So I had to start finding something to make me more positive, something to hearing people's story. Hearing people's story was huge. Studying the stories of people who are successful or built something dope. I had to start tuning out of people who was around me, and I just had to start being delusional and believing it for myself. So what was that?
I'm sorry. That was some crazy thunder, and we both was like, the hell?
I ain't brought no jacket, no umbrella.
Oh, Lord.
You gotta make it.
Crazy enough, everything you said. So I learned in that time where I made a decision about what I was going to consume. Like, literally, you have to be mindful of, like, what you're feeding yourself. And not just literally what you're eating, but what are you listening to? What are you watching? Like, again, back to what I learned from Bob Proctor, all that stuff goes into your subconscious mind, whether you think it does or not. You intake that stuff, you listen to the music, you listen to the videos, or you feel me, people on social media crying a river and woe is me being a victim, and it's you're implanting it in your subconscious. So I just started being mindful of like what I was watching. Like at one point I literally get in the car, go to work, listening to a podcast. Get in the car to come from work, listening to a podcast. On my hour lunch break at the hospital, watching a podcast. Like, I was just super intentional about what I was feeding my mind.
Did you ever have anybody, friend, family, whatever, that said something to you that discouraged you?
Yeah, for sure. Because they don't, like you said, they don't see it, and they don't get, especially if they're not on the type of time that you on, they don't see it and they don't get it. So if I say, oh, I'm finna give so-and-so $10,000 to be in their mastermind or their mentorship, they like, oh, I wouldn't give them that. You giving them $10,000? What you giving them $10,000 for? Oh, you better not let these people scam you out your money. And it's like,
you don't even get it. You don't even know.
You don't even see that this 10,000 can make me 100 million if I use it right.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like that's always difficult. Like, because the part of the reason that I want to have these types of conversations is, like, obviously we talk about content in our world and all that stuff, but you got to understand the mental aspect of it, because people think that, like, when people can hear our stories, they'll be able to understand, okay, this is not abnormal. When people can hear that we wanted to do something dope and we had people that discouraged us and told us we shouldn't do it or whatever, then when it happens to them, they'll realize, oh, this is normal.
It happens.
This doesn't mean that I can't win. This doesn't mean that I can't be successful. So that's why I try to think about those things. And obviously, as y'all continue to watch this show, we're going to dive deeper into all of our stories and stuff like that. But I want to ask you, moving forward, what are you doing to kind of take those next steps in your life? And the reason I ask is because everything that we say on these podcasts, it's a little seed. Mm-hmm. And when we plant these seeds for people, plant it in their minds, what waters that seed is us living our life. So when they think about what you said on this episode, mm-hmm. they're going to start to look at what you're doing, and that's what's going to water the seed. Yeah. So what are you focused on right now? What are you trying to build? What are you going to do to get yourself back in that place where you had that faith, where you was taking them leaps? Like, because you not, as of right now, you ain't been taking them leaps. You picked up and moved to a different city with no job. That's a leap. Yeah. So now it's like, what are you going to do moving forward to get back into that, get that fire back under you?
I'm gonna go back to the basics, basically. What I know works, right? So I know it worked. It got me to pack my life up and move to a different city with no job. It got me to apply for a job that I never could have imagined I had, and know that I was gonna get the job and get the job. So I'm gonna go back to the basics. I'm gonna be super intentional about what I'm listening to. So right now, you know, you get comfortable and you fall out of a routine and you just kind of do whatever and let the day drift by. So, you know, usually when I get home from work, I'm like just watching TV or trying to scroll on TikTok, see what I missed for the day. So I think I'm going to just get back to being super intentional about what content I'm consuming. That's number one. Step away from the TV shows and get back to, you know, watching seminars and trainings and podcastings, stuff that's going to feed me mentally, and get me back to that mindset. And then just being intentional about the people I'm around, being around people like Jay, who's going to hold me accountable to, you know, what are you doing? Make the content. You ain't make your content. You ain't edit your video. You ain't post the video. So that's what I'm doing. Just getting back to the basics, and hopefully some of his delusion rub off on me.
Nah, cause
I could be a little.
I'll be on you. Like you was earlier. I'm like, yo, where's your camera? Where's your footage?
Yes, he had me here on a Saturday
for hours. Listen,
I don't come here on Saturdays.
Y'all go
That's
look at
my religion.
Go look at my YouTube. And we have an hour-long coaching session. Go find Jay Scribe on YouTube. Hour and a half long coaching session where we went over, I told her, we're doing Project Influencer. I'm turning her to an influencer. We went over all the stuff she cares about, all the stuff she knows. We created a content plan, her content pillars, deep dive into everything that you need. And actually, I have a free template available for if you are going through the same process, you don't know what you want to post about. All the questions I asked her, everything we went over, all into a free Notion doc. So go check that video out. But we are turning you into an influencer. Today is day 1 of week 1. We have you posting 2 times a week, which the posting will start next week.
Yeah.
But 2 times a week. And our goal is to get a post to 500 likes on any platform.
Yeah.
So you more of a behind the scenes person, but we're bringing it to the front. And like the way I see it, it's, you got to understand that I would not waste my time doing this with y'all if I didn't believe in y'all.
Aww.
Like I would not waste my time, especially recording. I had to set up the cameras, and after doing 7 other coaching sessions, I went with you and we went over that for hours.
Yeah.
Why? Because I believe that you're going to be great on social media and it's going to look great for me. Oh, yeah.
Right. I'm really the test dummy, but I'm okay with that.
But I'm telling you, I wouldn't be doing all this if I didn't believe in you.
Yeah.
Because you got to understand, a lot of people have asked me to do a lot of stuff with them over the years. A lot of people asked me to do, I've been asked so many times to start a podcast with people. People have offered to pay me to start shows and stuff like that. But I just never had something that like, it just was like, okay, boom, this is it. After Podcast Summit, now all the ideas start flowing in, and I'm like, yo, this is it, but I can't do it by myself. I would have started something by myself before I just brought on random people. Like, I brought y'all on because I'm like, yo, this the squad. Like, this how we gonna get it done.
Because technically, you still didn't really know us like that.
Yeah, but you just know sometimes.
Still kind of don't.
Right. Still kind of don't.
But you got to understand how my life be working though. Like I just show up and then I'm like, oh, that's it. And then boom, something go crazy. And so for me, I done learned at this point in my life, like, okay, boom, if you feel it, go with it. Go with it. Cause you just never know. And you got to understand too, leading up to all of this, I was praying. Like I was praying of like, okay, God, what we doing? Where's this going? Mm-hmm. I'm here. Let me know something. And believing before I even came out to Atlanta, like, okay, boom, I told you the prayer I be praying. God, go before me and place favor in the hearts of those that I'm going to come into interaction with. Before I ever have a conversation with them, before anything ever happened. And I live my life believing that's going to happen.
Amen.
You just got to, bro, I'm telling you, when I tell you, sometimes you just got to ask, you just have to ask. You just never know. In the one moment someone's telling you they'll never cook for you. The next moment is on the calendar.
I'm going to cook for you because you're just like, I needed this energy. I needed the fire back under my butt.
There we go.
Because, you know, again, you get complacent. So I think Dave gave up on trying to put fire under me. Because, you know, I just haven't done anything with it yet. So.
Nah, for me, and this is like dead. I know people be talking about, you know, they be saying they win award. Yo, I just want to thank God. And I just like, yo, bro, when I tell you, I be praying, yo, like the beginning of this year, I was praying, God, everywhere that I go, let it be a fire that spreads. Mm-hmm. Every place that I step foot in, every person I talk to, every hand that I shake, let it be a fire that spreads. And I just move with the energy. Yeah. Understanding that when I walk in this room, it's going to be different. I don't care who's in this room. I don't care who got whatever going on. I'm going to bring something different to this room. I'm going to bring a new fire, a new energy, and that's how I live my life. And so I think that right now it's like I'm learning. Even with this, as we're doing it, I'm learning, okay, what does it take to be a leader? What does it take to lead by example? What does it take to build something of substance? And, you know, we all in the process, but it's like, bruh, we just got to fight for it. We got to push for it. We got to pray, and then we got to believe. Like it's sometimes it's literally that simple. It's gonna be things that pop up. It's always gonna be difficulty, but that's to be expected. Which is why I would like to have these conversations so people understand that that's to be expected. Yeah. When I moved to Atlanta, a bunch of stuff went wrong. It felt like everything that could have went wrong went wrong. But it's like I still understood that's to be expected. Yeah. Everybody who does something dope, it's always a bunch of stuff that goes wrong. So it didn't even faze me.
One of my favorite, I don't get starstruck. We talked about that earlier. I don't get starstruck. But the one person that I was like, oh my gosh, I have to meet them. Like I stayed late after work to meet them because they ended up recording the episode late. And usually I'm the type of person where I'm like, y'all don't need me to record the episode. I'm out. No, I stayed for that. It was Myron Golden. That's the only person I got starstruck over. Like I was so hyped to meet him. And one of the things that he always says is, disruption follows intention. Yeah. So every time you really put your mind to something, the enemy's gonna start sending things your way that's is either gonna discourage you or this is just what comes with it and you're gonna push through.
You might cut this out, but I think I hit out.
Oh no, you good.
So just cut this. I'm sorry, we are past.
Armani's leaving, guys.
No, and action.
He has a wife. He has a wife at home. He had a wife at home.
Armani has left us. I was gonna say you was better off moving that one. It's too late now. We about to wrap it up anyways, though. You sound like you was wrapping up.
Yeah, we were wrapping up.
On him.
Yeah,
you put it on me.
Cam. Now you in the wide cam.
No, it's not.
You in front of the wide cam now. All right. Armani got a wife. Go home to your wife.
Armani got a wife and 3 kids.
3 kids is crazy. But I mean, I feel like what we doing right now is important, and I always try to, if there's somebody who I can, push or help in any way, I always try to do that because I know it's gonna come back. Mm-hmm. So that's why, like, later down the line, when I ask people to be on the pod, they're gonna be on the pod. Cause it's the same energy that, like, I'm gonna help. So they not even gonna know why. Yeah. They might even tell me no. Mm-hmm. I was watching I think it was the director of Stomp the Yard talking about how he for one of the movies Beyonce turned him down 3 times. If Beyonce told me no once, I'm never asking again.
And a lot of people are like that, but I think it's an ego thing, because I probably wouldn't ask again either.
For me, it wouldn't even be an ego thing. It would just be like, I'm not trying to bother Beyonce.
Oh yeah, that's true too. Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like sometimes people say they're not gonna cook for you, and then they do. So it's like you got to understand that that's how life goes sometimes. All right. So what are you excited about or not excited about for this influencer journey?
What am I not excited about? I am not excited at the possibility of failing. That scares me the most.
But what happens if you fail at posting TikToks?
I know, really nothing. Really nothing.
There's literally nothing that happens.
The people who saw it, and the people who didn't. And you just go on with life. But I don't know. It's just...
You're not going to fail.
The thought of putting yourself out there and then it doesn't work out and you're not successful and it doesn't go the way that you only can hope it goes.
Why? Because then you're back in the spot that you started?
Yeah. But the crazy thing about it is if you never do it, you're still going to be in that spot either way. But that's just how we operate. We're human. I'm
going to tell you right now, 20 years from now, if you didn't start this journey, you would always be wondering,
yes.
What if I would have tried? Everybody around me was doing it. Everybody was being successful. What if I would have taken that leap?
And that's why I'm just like, all right, whatever you tell me to do, I'm going to do it. Because it's like, what's the worst that can happen? And I had a conversation with myself last year. Because last year I turned 30. Okay. Tread lightly. Because I don't want to curse on this podcast.
Decades of living.
Just 3.
That's a lot.
You have 2. We're not far off.
You're
going to be 30 one day, and I want you to remember all this.
But you got to understand, by the time I'm 30, I'm going to be so up. I'm going to have lived so much life. I'm going to have so much experience. It's going to make sense to be 30. I'll be like, yeah, I'm old, but I done really did a lot of moving and grooving.
It makes sense for me to be 30.
You do have a lot. You do have a lot going on. You cooking.
That doesn't sound like a good thing.
You cooking.
But I had a conversation with myself that I did not want to be in the same spot at 35. So hopefully this is just the start of.
Well, what did that look like? Not being in the same spot. What is it that you wanted to? Do you have metrics that you're tracking it?
I don't have metrics, but ideally, I would like the ability or the freedom to not have to work a job. I enjoy what I do, so I wouldn't mind still working here, but that I essentially make so much money outside of here that I don't have to be here.
Let me just tell you right now, that's going to happen in the next 12 months. Maybe 6.
I'm here for it.
Like maybe 6.
I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
Bro, I'm telling you, like, I feel like you be downplaying yourself. And it's cool.
I think I do.
I understand it because it's like, this is such a bad analogy, but I think about it every time. Imagine we are water bottles. We're water inside of a water bottle, right?
Okay.
We can't see our label. It takes somebody else to look at us to see our label. We can't see our label from the inside. And that's how I see it. Like, it's such it's an ugly analogy, but it gets the point across. Like, for me, I can look at you and I know, oh yeah, she gonna be a star. She gonna be a winner. But like for you, it's like you be a little too close to yourself to really see what's going on.
But do you think that's everybody though? Like, do you feel that way about yourself too?
I feel like we all too close to ourselves. In my experience though, people tend to believe in me, but at the same time, like, people believe that I could do something, but they don't believe to the extent that I believe. Like, I don't think I've ever met somebody who like
believes in you more than you do.
Yeah, and you have to be like, something has to be off mentally for that to happen. But like, I have people that will notice that I'm distracted, and I heavily appreciate that because I can get distracted. But like, yeah, no. When I think about what I can accomplish, I don't I don't run into people who are like, when they say, "Oh, I can see you being this, that, and the third," it's always lower than what I'm shooting for.
I like that. I think I'm learning now that you have to be a little delusional, and that's okay. I think I probably messed myself up mentally because as soon as I start getting delusional and start seeing certain things for myself, it's like I humble myself almost. Like, girl, like, come on now, let's be realistic. So I think in this new season, I'm gonna embrace the delusion.
You know, I've met one person in life that made me question if I believed everything was possible. I had a friend who was a photographer named Lucas, and he always had these big goals, and he would pull it off. He'd be like, "Yo, I'm having my mom rented this park for my birthday party. Let's turn it into a festival. I want you to headline. We're gonna turn it into a festival. We're gonna pack out the park." I'm like, bruh, pack out the park. Like, you got to think this was way before I really had motion like that. Like before I really had anything going. And lo and behold, that park was packed out. Now this man goes across the country, and such a crazy pivot. He goes across the country praying for people they being healed. Going across the world, actually. He was just in Paris for a month. And like his platform blowing up and all this stuff. But he's the only person I ever met who I felt like their faith was stronger than mine. Shout out Lucas Sandoval, man. But and actually now he's a name. That's crazy. He got like 500,000 followers at least on just one platform. Yeah, Luke, that's crazy, yo. Shout out my boy Lucas, man. But yeah, bro, I believe in you. I think that I think you'll hit 10K followers before the end of the year.
Clip this.
Yeah, I think you'll hit 10K followers before the end of the year. I think like I said, I think in 6 months you'll be making enough revenue to not work this job if you don't want to.
Replace this job. And you know what's crazy? I guess like back then I would have thought like, oh my gosh, there's so much money. I'm not gonna say the number, but now when I think about like the number I need to bring in monthly to replace this job, it's really not that big. Technically it would be big for me because it'll be the most I ever made in a month, but when I listen to like other people and what they're making, like, and I mean like people who aren't even like as big as like a Dave or a Neo or a Myron, and they making like 10K a month. Like I don't even need 10K a month to replace this job.
Yeah, but
to see that they making like 10K a month is like, okay,
bro, once you start hitting 10, 20, 30, your whole lifestyle your whole swag gonna change. I already know it is.
Oh, period. I already know this too.
Because sometimes we try to convince ourselves, I don't even need all of that. Nah,
I need that. No, I need that.
Man, what?
I got a few carts that need to be checked out of clothes and shoes, and
I'm trying to get in a Hellcat and a high rise before I get married because life gonna have to change a little bit.
GLE.
Okay.
You know.
All right. Yeah. I mean, I think is there anything you want to leave the people with? You want to leave with a word of wisdom or anything?
I would say just be more intentional about literally curating the life that you want to live. And for me, I'm doing that too again in this season, and for me that looks like being mindful of like the people I'm around, the energy I'm around. I love my friends to death. There's no shade to them. Like, y'all are like family to me, and I've said this to them before, so it's also no surprise. Like, we don't push each other. You feel me? We don't hold each other accountable. And I would hate to look up in 5 years and we're all still living the same kind of mundane life. So I'm in a season where I'm just trying to get around different people. So Jay's a lot younger than me, but we friends at this point. This is my friend, y'all. So I hang around Jay. I be hanging around Ryan sometimes. And I think I'm going to just be more intentional about doing that more. Because I'm just trying to change my life. You feel me?
I feel you.
I'm trying to change my life.
But I feel you, I'm trying to turn up. I'm trying to turn up, yo. But it's just like, for me now, it's mapping out everything. Right? Mapping out my financial goal. And not only am I mapping everything out, I'm trying to create things that I can replicate for other people. That's why I think like recording coaching sessions and stuff is so valuable, because I'm trying to teach people the thought process. Because if I teach you the thought process, you don't need me. I don't want to have to hold your hand, and I don't want to hold your hand. I just want to make sure that people understand the thought process, and then they go do whatever they got to do after that. And for me, like, that's what changed my life. Like podcasts and people who would like not just talk about the motivational stuff, but give you the step-by-step. This is how I go about it, and being able to put them frameworks together. That's what I value. So if y'all want to see more of that, go on my YouTube page. But that's pretty much it for today's episode. Leave in the comments down below any questions you have for us, what type of other content you want to see us do outside of podcasting. And go in the link in the description to join our community. And I will see you in the classroom.